Oh, hello, hello. I just put my glasses on because this is for the first time that I'm doing like really live. I mean, with participants, right? Because usually I did live stream tours, and then later on some people joined me, but this one was really like scheduled. So I'm really happy that you are with me. So dear everyone, welcome on board on this YouTube live tour from Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia. I think that quite a lot of you followed me on Heygo, so I'm really glad that you decided to continue following me, and I would be very happy if I have a chance anytime also to share some impressions from my hometown. Of course, in Ljubljana, have a look, dear ones, there is like nothing without our gorgeous river, and this river is called Ljubljanica. So Ljubljanica, if that is slightly too difficult, you can just say simply Ljubljana River, right? Ljubljana River, which is flowing to the east. Thank you, Claudia. Wait a second. I would really like to see all your comments. And then we will see live chat here. We are going to do. Oh, Satyam is with us. Claudia, yeah, just a second. Who else? Satya, yes. Well, it should be. I think it should be pretty clear. What do you think? Well, anyway, you can hide those chats, right? If you want to take pictures, because I think the day is really gorgeous to take pictures. And as I said, the river of Ljubljanica is very calm today. Cynthia, Irene, welcome. And that's why so many boat tours on the river. It's a kind of a holiday time, you know. Because our neighbors have some holidays. I think, Claudia, you in Italy, right? You have some holiday. And then also in Croatia, also here in Slovenia, school children having spring holidays. So it's a very nice, relaxed atmosphere. And that's why our boatmen so busy. I am walking along the Ljubljanica River, which is flowing to the east, so that means here. Yes, Satyam, it's coming Labor Day, but for us, yesterday, so April 24th, was also Defense Day, right? It has to do something with the First World War. But anyway, of course, people like to make so-called bridge, right? And also children, they have school holiday. And as you can see, I am along the river. So for lots of you, you already know that if I threw a bottle with a message, right, in this water, that would reach a lot of your areas as well. And look how nice and green it is. Yes, it's the end of April, beginning of May. One of the most important trees are the linden trees. I am coming to one of these linden trees. You see how gorgeous, fresh, green colors these leaves have. And this is really making a very nice and relaxing atmosphere. Well, I am coming to the market, if you are wondering what's going on. The only thing is that here now it's 4:30 local time. So that means that this farmer's market is almost done. I will walk by just to show you how it looks. And the most of the people are already meeting here for after work drink, I would say. Sheen, welcome on board. So for after work drink, sometimes, of course, they just go out, like these retired people, they just go out for a coffee to meet friends, right? And I think the most of them are going to be on the so-called street food market or open kitchen. So that's, I think, the main reason why I decided to make this tour on Friday afternoon. You know, it's very difficult to decide about the timing. Somehow I figured out that my local time, 4:30, it's not so bad. Also from you, from all parts of the world. People are slightly confused. They don't know where should go, left and right. You can see that some of them are even greeting you, right? Yes, that's right. That's what I put there. But before I reach the street food market, I would like to show you also this sculpture because I think it's just gorgeous with all these light green leaves behind. And this is our butcher, right? So the legs are pretty clear, and then upper part is a huge piece of meat that this butcher is carrying around. And then people say, hey, where is the head, right? Because on the top there is nothing, right? And then the artist, you know, Jakob, that would be James in English, Yakov. He said, well, you know what, the butchers are thinking about meat only, so that means that they lost their head, right? So that's why we have only the legs that are pretty clear, so over here below, then a half of an ox or a cow, and then on the top, no head, because like businessmen lost their head. Well, you know what, if you ask these local people here around, I would say that they hardly call this bridge Butcher's Bridge. More or less, look, they are looking for their locks. I'm very impressed that also men are looking for their locks. Most probably they would like to unlock their love, right? Who knows when they locked their love. Anyway, this all started in Italy when a couple was so much in love that they locked their love with a lock on Ponte Mivio, right? And then they threw the key in the water. So this was such a great idea for young people all around the globe. And that's what they did also here. So you can imagine when these young people are sitting here along the Ljubljana river, looking at these steel wires on the bridge, of course they get also this idea that their love should be locked. And you know what? When they, yes, no, in our times when we got married, like I got married 27 years ago, we just simply said yes, right? There was no these crazy ideas of locking love. We just said yes, and that was it. Anyway, we also put the Hey-Go lock, and you know what? I was rushing today over here, so I couldn't find the Hey-Go lock, and I don't think I will be now successful as well, if I'm honest. But there is a pinkish lock. Just a second, maybe it's this one. Oh yeah, no, this one. But it was like this. It was like this. There is written Katerina. It was not written Katerina. I wrote it, you know, virtual trips, because in those days it was called virtual trips. And then I threw the keys, both keys, my dear ones, into Ljubljana river, so that we locked our love. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, like this. Just a second. This one was it. Yes, look at it. Yes, you see, now I need to write down something because it was written in black. Yeah, you see, there is still this heart that I put, and this was done on Valentine's Eve 2021. So we locked our love with virtual trips, and I just had a lock here and there was written virtual trips. So now I need to correct that, or I will just add also Hey-Go, because I think this is a great idea. Anyway, my dear ones, the keys are inside the river, so no way to unlock it, because I'm really sorry, I don't want to dive in this water and find the right key. So our love is locked. no matter Hego exists or not anymore, we are still all together. But now let's go slightly further, okay, because I think you really deserve to see more of these Friday vibes that I promised. Look, there are some young men inviting you to go for a boat tour, and I am going to do that as well very soon. Maybe I just can't then schedule it like way ahead, right? Because you never know what's the weather. But definitely, as you can see, there are more and more visitors in the city. So that means that there is more chance for regular boat trips as well. No? Yes, well, we get visitors from, so to say, all around the globe. Also Asia, like Malaysia, like Korea, Indonesia. I had today some travelers from Croatia, neighboring country. In the morning I had some from San Francisco. So I think that people are starting to travel again. But on the other hand, I think these online tours are so inclusive that it's really great that we continue with them. Now, I know that some of you were also with me on the regular tours, and tell me please, who are these two guys? What do you think? Well, you know, before I had this group of young students from Croatia, and they said they are Romeo and Juliet, and I said yes, but they are slightly older, so Adam and Eve, right? And the same artist who made also the butcher, the sculpture of a butcher, he made here also, yes, Adam and Eve. So the one on the left-hand side is Adam, right? And saying, oh my God, what have we done, what have we done? And look, the Eve is on the right-hand side. And I just adore this couple. Look, they also took a picture of them next to Adam and Eve. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. It's a very, very pleasant atmosphere. Just in case if you are wondering, the temperatures, you know, are not as warm as usually they are at the end of April. So also we locals are slightly surprised. But the thing is that in the mountains, which are pretty close by here, there is snow. You know, and the moment we get snow in those mountains, then of course it's also much cooler in the city. So even with gardening this year, it looks that I will start slightly later because the soil temperature is not so high as we usually have it. But if I'm honest, my grandma always started with gardening around mid-May. So that means around the time when the temperatures were already better. Well, there are still some men sitting in the morning. They were enjoying, I would say, the market. And what I would like to show you here, just for your information, this is the typical Slovenian food. And this is sausage. Have a look. This is even written here, Carniolian spiced pork sausage, and that's how we write it down in Slovenian language. So klobasa, K-L-O-B-A-S-A, that means a sausage, and kranjski. Kranjski, this is the region, let me tell you. So in the period of Austria, we had different regions, right? These were so-called duchies. And our duchy was called Carniola, and that's why that food called the Kranjski sausage, the sausage from the duchy of Carniola. And there are quite a few also on today's street food market. So you can see that I am coming closer, right? And you know, now in April, right, the name of the month has R. Right? April. And that's why you should eat this sausage, which is, by the way, with pork meat. Then you should eat it with horseradish. Although on the picture there was the mustard. Jalene, welcome, welcome on board. Yes, Cynthia, it is actually 4:30, already 4:45. So let me show you the bell tower on the top, and that would be already like early supper, you know. Sometimes I think people work like over lunchtime, and they are just happy if they can finish their work slightly early, especially on Friday. So this street food market we have from 11 a.m. until late evening, usually 11 p.m. But let me go back to this sausage that I mentioned before. So this sausage, which is a pork meat, as I said, in the month with R, we should eat it with the horseradish. If you followed my Easter basket tour, then you know what I'm talking about. But if the month is without R, like May, just few days more, then you should eat it with the mustard. So this is unwritten law, so to say. Well, these people here, they grabbed some food on the street food market, right? And they decided to come here to the bar just to grab a drink. So this is also quite common. Some owners are happy, some of them not so much, because you know it's not easy just to sell drinks. But maybe then they put slightly higher prices of the drinks, and then they don't mind if you get your food at one of these stalls. I will walk through, don't worry, at one of these stalls, and then you come here and eat it near the coffee shop. Let me go inside here because I like this coffee shop very much. Namely, it's called Strukli. So I'm coming closer to a typical Slovenian, okay, here, like this one. Huh? So you see, this is special dough, right? Actually, the dough is the same as for strudel, right? And then we fill it with cottage cheese. You see, skutas, Skuti, and that's why everything is almost white, right? And what do we do with this strukli? Well, this strukli then we put in the boiling water, so the same as pasta, and it's very, very nice as a side dish, or you can have it also as a main meal, for example, that you don't eat any meat, like on Fridays, right? You put mushroom sauce on, or sometimes even sweet. But for sweet ones, I have some other ideas. So let's go on. Here we have another one. We see something green in between, and this is so-called tarragon, okay? This taste is slightly special. Not everybody likes it, but the herb that you can see something green in the strukli, that is, yes, the tarragon. Cynthia, for example, also this tarragon strukli with mushroom sauce, it's very delicious, I have to tell. Then another one here, they prepare it with asparagus, okay? So with asparagus and pancetta, so that's why you can see some bigger pieces over here. Then we have some meat ones. Okay, sorry about these reflections from the outdoor. But this one that I'm trying to show you in the middle of my screen is a meat one. These ones are vegetables with lots of different vegetables. But I think definitely here it's a carrot and maybe turnip. You know, it depends. But anyway, vegetable, right? And next to it we have also the spinach. So this green stuff is a spinach and the whole grain dough, right? And for everyone who is planning to come to Slovenia, Jalil, I think you are planning, right? Have a look. Everything is written also in English. So no worries, my dear ones, okay? If you are a vegan, don't worry. There is enough vegan food as well. You will not be hungry. And I think now it's already time that I show you also some sweet versions, right? Because those ones that I showed you here, they are all soury, and this you can easily have it as a main meal. Oh, sorry about this reflection, like this, huh? So these you can easily have it with as a main meal, right? This one is also nice. Wild garlic. You see the green stuff? Chemash, it's a wild garlic. Yes, they are delicious, Cynthia. So these would be like savory, right? But you can have them also as sweets, right? And for example, this is the vegan chocolate strukli. You see, vegan chocolate. This one, vegan blueberry. This is also very delicious that I like. Then, for example, if you are more exotic, if you can't live without mango, this could be your choice, right? Mango doesn't grow in Slovenia, okay? Because we have, let's say, climate that it's not mango friendly. However, you can buy mango in on the market. Another one, which is I think quite a great speciality, is this pistachio with pumpkin seed oil and seeds. You see these green ones, that's why, I mean, it's green because of the pistachio. No? Then we have something with lemon, this is also great. And let's say banana, if you can't live without banana, no? With white chocolate. So really, really great stuff. I would prefer, if you ask me, I would go for sweet ricotta cheese with raisins. This one that I'm showing you here. Now, this is like my favorite one. Although some people also like buckwheat strukli, nah? Buckwheat strukli with walnuts. It's slightly heavier, right? But also very, very very delicious. So my dear ones, this is the strukli stuff. And here we have a special little shop that it's called just strukli, simply strukli. I will show you outside so that you know what to expect here. The only thing is that over lunchtime they offer also other food. So if I have tours in the morning and the afternoon, I stop very often over here as well. Now let's go out so that I show you once again how this is written. Over here on the top we have Strukli, S-T-R-U-K-L-J-I, and then above this S we have an accent, and that is pronounced as SH in English. Yeah, sometimes people say that this language is maybe slightly more difficult than the other ones. I would just say that it's different because it's Slavic group, okay? Let's say the other day I had some Russian-speaking guests, and they were here in this area, and they noticed this sign here, Ribarnica, Riba, R-I-B-A. So this is also in the Russian language fish, so fish market. But as I said, this is all now already closed. Of course, there are still some visitors who are buying some souvenirs, maybe even baskets. Remember when I did the Easter basket tour? That would be the place to buy it. But otherwise, I would really like to take you around this open kitchen. So the open kitchen, my dear ones, is only on Fridays from the end of March. Actually, they started already on March 17th. It depends on the temperatures, you know, until the end of October. And if November will be nice, I'm sure that they will stay slightly longer because locals just adore it. And believe it or not, also a lot of visitors, especially from Italy, Croatia, Austria, they come on Friday just because of this street food market called Otprta Kuhna. So I'm coming closer to the sign, Kuhna, K-U-H-N-A. This is in the dialect, okay? Kuchynia would be correct, but we all say Kuchna, K-U-H-N-A, Kuchna. And odprta, that means that it's open air. And then you can understand that if there is rain, right, there is no street food market. So definitely something that we embraced, I would say, with both hands. They started, I really don't know when, I think around 4 years ago, something like that, I already forgot. And it was such a hit because at the beginning it was open only over lunchtime, you know, from 11 until 2, 3 o'clock. And then people who were in the office, who had to work, they were complaining because they said, no, this is not fair, we have to work. Why is there is no odprta kuchna also in the afternoon? So they now organize it the whole day through until the evening. Yes, and since it is so international, maybe you will see also how do you say bon appetit in your language. Definitely in Slovenian language is bold. You see there is something written with dark black. So dober tek, ne? T-E-K, that means eating, right? And dober, D-O-B-R, that means good. So bon appetit, that could be easily understand, right? There was written also in French. Wait a second, which is your language? H. Maklik, bon appetit, that's Portuguese. Where guten appetit, German, prijatno, that's in Croatian. And of course, look, the first one on the top left is buon appetito. That means that the most of the visitors from abroad are from Italy. Huh? Yeah. So anyway, in lots of different languages, because also visitors from abroad, they just embrace this idea having a meal outdoor. And of course, you can come to the chef. So the restaurant owners, you know, they rent a place, a stall, right? And then they prepare food in front of your eyes, so to say, that you really, if you come here like already said, with no wish to buy anything, once you are seeing how these chefs are preparing the food, of course, you get hungry. Né? And I have to tell you that this is one of the, this is the owner who is waving to you, look at him. And this restaurant, Stari Pisker, the guy who is waving to you, he's from Celje. Lepo, živjo. So they are really enjoying. And I have to tell you, when I go to Celje, I like to take my husband to this Stari Pisker. And the one with the beard, so the one on the left-hand side, right? He's from Israel. And he is owner of these ideas, so the manager, and he started with his wife this street food market. That's why he was so happy that I am filming, but I don't think he knew that I am live streaming, but he's very open-minded, so he likes this kind of ideas very much. So there are over 30 restaurant owners, also a lot of Asian, you know, Asian food. This one, for example, Taverna Tatiana, is from Ljubljana. They make Mediterranean food. Maybe you know Taverna. If you were on the tour in Croatia or in Italy, then you know that Tatiana is the owner's name. So more seafood. Remember, we are just 1 hour away from the seaside, so this is something that we like very much. This one is skuhna. Oh, I like skuhna. You know, the skuhna, have a look. This is international cuisine, and it is organized by migrants. So all these young men that you can see, they are migrants, and they were thinking what to do in Slovenia. And of course, they came from different parts of the world, and they knew their food, right? Which was pretty unknown to us here, locals. And they said, why don't we share our cuisine with you? And this was a non-profitable organization, Skuhna, and they have a restaurant They offer lunch, so just in case if somebody is coming to Slovenia and you would like to eat something international, I would invite you to go to Skuhna. Now let's continue. This is the farm, which is called Kmetija Žgajner, and that means that they make all these foods, the delights from the produce that they have on their farm, like pork, potato, chicken. Oh, and there is even a rabbit. Look, this is a rabbit food. You don't get that so often. And they offer also homemade elderflower juice. So bezgo, Julia, bezgo, that means elderflower, yeah? Some of you say elderberry. No, this is elderflower. And tok means the juice. That's why it's this bright color. Ne? And this is homemade iced tea. This is something, you know, that we really all enjoyed very much. Hvala lepa. Enjoyed very much because we really trust. And strudel, of course, I know that you are familiar with strudel. We also eat a lot of strudel in our area. But here you have, look, also the apricot strudel with ricotta, sour cherry, and the most popular is, of course, the ricotta. So my name, yeah, something like that. Well, then we have also, let's see, juicy marbles, okay. What is here? Pishek bar. So a lot of homemade potato. Well, you know, we are a potato nation. I have to tell you, the potato that grows in our area is very good. Španska vas, that means Spanish village. So that means that they offer Spanish wines. Then also here the paella, yeah? So you can really taste whatever you want, no? And I think it's really great because everybody finds something. Well, of course, nothing without wines, right? So time for champagne is here written. I'm sorry, but this is wrong because it should be written sparkling wine, right? Champagne is only from France. And sparkling wine, we say in Slovenian language, peneče vino, ne? Peneče vino. And then also this is very popular one, ribolla. And then why I like here so much, you see you get a glass, and then you go around all these stalls with glasses and you taste different wines. So you rent a glass, you know, so because it's very common here that we don't use plastic anymore, because you remember, we were the green capital of Europe in 2016. That just means that we need to follow those regulations. And that means that also wine should drink from the glasses. So you rent a glass for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, and then when you bring it back, you get those €4 back. Yeah, the gentlemen are tasting. A restaurant, Chinese Garden. So if somebody likes Chinese food, they're also here. This is from the Elephant Thai cuisine, right? You know, it's not all just from Ljubljana. Remember, before I mentioned that the restaurant that I like it very much, Stari Pisker, is from Celje, right? So that means that restaurant owners, also from other parts of Slovenia, they come here on Fridays and they show what they can offer. And of course, once you like it, then you go there for a full meal. So that's why I very often like to go to Celje. We do some sightseeing, a trip, and then we end up in that Stari Pisker. So Moji Štrukli, you remember? That's the restaurant where I showed you so many štrukli. You see, they have a restaurant not far away. However, for them it is imported. They are presented also here. Few drops of rain. I hope you don't mind. I just want to show you a few more stalls. Of course, then we are already at the desserts. Pekarna Ana, maybe you remember. The Ana Roche is a female chef with 2 Michelin stars from Slovenia. Look, then we have here La Mousse Gousse. That's tasty. Very, very nice with the coffee. I like to drink coffee, espresso especially. Then we have here Gostilna and Vino Buginel. Yeah, also homemade juice. So there is always also written if something is homemade. Domaći sok, SOK, that means juice. And then you see all these prices like gamberi. Okay, they don't have. It looks that they ran out. But losos burger, that means a salmon burger, is 11 euro, just in case if somebody is wondering what's going on with our prices. Then we have veggie burger, 9. And then vino, that means wine, right? 1 deciliter is 4 euro, right? And the whole bottle, it's 25. So just in case if you are wondering what are the prices in our area. And yes, all of them are in euro, and the prices here are in euro. Well, now if you are wondering how are we eating this food, you see these friends, they most probably just met for a glass of wine, right? After work for a glass of wine. However, if you like the whole meal and you would like to take a seat, here we have the sitting area. Isn't that cute? Look at them, they would like to be. Are you from Italy? Spain. I'm not so sure if we have anyone from Spain because I'm live streaming, right? But I'm sure that we have some Americans, Australians. Yeah, very nice. Enjoy. Yeah. So you see how friendly these people are. I think that it's really great vibe. And it's so simple so that lots of people like to come here and just enjoy, even though maybe they don't have hunger, but no worries. Yeah, Claudia, you know, I thought they are from Italy because they looked very Italian, but they were from Spain. Anyway, a lot of them also just sitting here on the steps, you see, on the steps, or if you don't feel so comfortable, then you have also the sitting area over here. Since it is slightly rainy, there are a few drops, okay? This is now quite empty. I can see that there are some people in the area that are covered, but the moment the sun will be back, the sun is coming, you see the sky over there getting clear, right? And then this is going to be full again. Remember, it is open until 8, 9, even 10 o'clock in the evening. And this is all near the market area, especially the area near the flowers. So I think it's really a great atmosphere. Thank you very much for your comments. So I hope that I managed to bring you some Friday vibe from Ljubljana. It's the end of the week, the end of the working week. Saturday and Sunday is weekend, so everybody feels better, right? More relaxed, not so much in stress anymore. And I think that people do deserve this open air kitchen, or so-called otprta kuchna. So thank you very much, Laura. Very, very thankful for your feedback, and I would like you to follow me again because, of course, I will do some more streaming from my beloved Slovenia. Thank you. Wish you a very, very pleasant weekend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Looking forward to hosting you soon again.